Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about why college is the worst idea in 2022. Now let's begin. So why do I say that? Why do I say college is like the worst idea, right? Don't all your friends go? Doesn't society tell you that's what you should do? Isn't that what like high school is all about, is preparing for college? Yes, exactly. That's exactly what society does. And we are conditioned to think that we need to go to college to be successful. But here's the thing. I'm gonna talk about why I think, especially in 2022, college is absolutely the worst idea. So let's begin. So ever since the pandemic, right, we've had these mandates, right? And a lot of schools now are mandating that you get the jab, right? That you get the jab. And on top of that, if you already have been shot up, if you know what I mean, you still have to wear a face sock. So the very first reason I'm stating this is because that has a serious detrimental effect on your brain. When you wear a face diaper, especially in class, you are turning off like half of your neurological abilities, right? You can't breathe properly. You can't get your first ingredient, which is your first form of nutrition, which is breath, oxygen, right? So your brain's not functioning properly, and on top of that, it's a tyrannical movement. So all of these mandates and restrictions or whatever are being enforced not only in the workforce and in places people go like restaurants and whatever, certain restaurants, but they're also being enforced in the schools. And school is designed to what? For kids to learn, right? So if your brain is not functioning properly because you have a fucking face diaper on your goddamn face all day, how the heck, aside from like all of the bullshit I'm going to talk about in a minute, how are you supposed to learn anything if you can't even, if you're not even 100% there, because you're compromised, right? You're compromised when you have that on your face, right? So that's one of the very first reasons I think college is getting like every single year it seems like it's getting worse and worse and worse. And I think it's not only because of that, but we're also moving into a digital age, right? So we don't have to go to school to be at a certain place. We can make money online, right? So that's another factor. And what was I going to say? Oh, okay. So another thing is a lot of us are, or a lot of university students and college students seem to like want to go to a school just to have fun. It seems like I've had a lot of friends. They even told me like, I just want to go to have fun. I want to get laid. I want to drink. I want to do this. And it's just like, if that's your only motive to go to school, like you're pretty much wasting not only your time but a lot of money. And some of you guys, your parents are paying for your education. So how embarrassing would it be if you went to college for 4 years, right? And you came out with a degree, whatever, it doesn't matter what it is, and you don't use that degree, and you continue to bum off, and you just turn into a failure. How embarrassing would that be to you? How much, and you just let down your parents, you wasted all their money. That's, in a way, that's kind of disrespectful, in my opinion, because your parents, they care for you in a way, right? I'm not saying they're making the right decision by sending you to college, but they do care for you. So if they're paying for your education and it's like you're just gonna go there to have fun and fuck around, then you're really doing a disservice not only to you yourself, but to them. And it's like they care for you. So in a way, it's sort of disrespectful because it's not like you're trying to like do good so you can impress them. I want to do good for myself and for my parents, allowing me the opportunity to thrive, right? So that's another thing. It's like the motive behind a lot of people going to school is so twisted and backwards. And in reality, it's just a lot of people's motives are just, hey, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to get laid, to to just, yeah, essentially just fuck off, basically, right? So that's another huge reason, right? Huge. That's probably one of the biggest reasons why I think college is so fucked up these days. And maybe in the past, I'm not sure, but nowadays, just the culture gets more perverted, as the music gets more demonic and satanic, and everything just keeps going slowly down. College just becomes, worse and worse and worse. But so that's one point. The next point I want to talk about is practicality, meaning like, okay, if you're going to go to school and get a certain degree, let's say you get a degree in business, right? But you want to start a business. You're going to school to be a business owner of whatever sort. The instructor of your business course, of your class, is not even a business owner. So why are you learning from somebody who doesn't have any practical experience in business, but it's just, acting like, he's the instructor, so he knows how to run a business. So he's just, giving us this textbook to read and these assignments to do. And in 4 years, when I get this degree, I'm just going to know how to start a business. No, that's not how it works. That's another thing that really frustrates me. It's like a lot of, if you want to start a business and you go to school, that's maybe not the best choice, because maybe you make some connections, and maybe you you meet some people that have some good ideas, and you start something and it takes off. Congratulations. But if you're going and you think the course itself is going to make you like able to just run a great 6-figure, 7-figure business right out of college, then you're highly mistaken. It's not going to happen. Maybe if you're lucky, but in most cases, I feel like it's not the case. So that's another thing. We go to these schools, we go to these universities, we get these 4-year degrees, right? And then we're just like, oh, where's my job? Where's my high paying job that everyone was promising me? It's nowhere to be found, because you wasted all your time. Not only did you get a degree that's not practical and not like specifically designed for one thing, you wasted your time. You weren't thinking about your future while you were there. You were just passing the courses and just simply looking to get that piece of paper. So that's another key factor. It's like a lot of these degrees are bullshit, right? And so aside from that, let's move on to like the actual degrees that get you a specific job in a specific field. So let's take the doctor, for example, right? So not only do doctors have these medical mandates now that you guys are probably well aware of, if you're going to be a doctor and you go to school for 8 fucking years, because that's what it takes for most people to become a doctor, maybe sometimes even more. And let's say, okay, you know what, I want to be a doctor, and you spend the next 40 years in your career as a doctor. But let's say like 5 years in, you discover like holistic health, or nutrition, or fasting, or like grounding, or just these certain like health practices that aren't really too mainstream in modern like medicine, right? And you start sharing that with your patients. They're gonna be like, what the fuck? I thought I came here to get a pill. I go to, because most people, when they go to the doctor, they expect like a few things. Like, they expect a diagnosis, they expect a prescription, or they expect like, a test or a surgery or whatever, right? They don't expect the doctor to really be sitting there, like educating them on like holistic health and fasting and like these new forms of healing, right? That's not what's mainstream in modern medicine. And so, but you're not like, that's the thing. It's like when you start to speak the truth in these corporations, like you can't do it, because you're gonna be told by whoever owns you, what, right? Whichever corporation or boss owns you, that you're not following the curriculum by which we do medicine. So basically, if let's, because it may happen. Like, you may be a doctor, and one day you start to figure out that a lot of this is bullshit, and you see it right now with a lot of these doctors coming. They're talking about how they don't think the shot is gonna work, and how masks are bullshit and whatever, and they're getting in trouble for it. They're losing their jobs, right? So it's like, in reality, do you okay, so we talked about like how like the 4-year degrees are basically, a lot of them are kind of worthless, right? But even if you get even if you get these degrees, like you get these lawyer degrees or these engineer degrees or these doctor degrees, even nurse, right? A nurse or like a psychologist. For example, I'm sorry to drift. Let's think of a psychologist, right? Again, a lot of these psychologists that work in schools, that work in like hospitals, or like places where people are sick. A lot of them, because I remember I used to have problems like back. I mean, when I was very young, I used to have like anger issues, right? And what were they doing? They were just prescribing me medicine, bullshit fucking medicine. Like, so if you're gonna be a psychologist or like a psychotherapist, right? You still really can't like fully express yourself in a creative way where you're not owned by somebody that's telling you how to do your practice, right? So basically, in a nurse, it's the same thing. It's like you're still owned by somebody telling you how to do nursing, how to diagnose people, how to treat people, right? It's not your own like experience and your own ways of healing, right? So again, aside from all the degrees I talked about, the 4-year degrees, even if you choose to do these like these major choose to go into these like big fields, right? You're still owned by somebody. So even if you discover certain forms of healing and ways of doing psychotherapy or exercise or art or whatever, it's not really gonna work, because first off, your patients are gonna be like, what the hell? I thought when I go to the doctor, or when I go to the for assistance in like, or when I go see a therapist, it's usually like, they're prescribing me this, or they're telling me I need to go do something like, I have to do something that you're not telling me, right? So they're gonna be like, what the hell? And they may contact your supervisor or your boss and be like, well, this isn't what I expected. So you're still owned by people, no matter, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, college, what it does is it's molding you into somebody who works in a corporation and who is owned by somebody and who has to follow their protocols, their ways of doing science or doing medicine or doing psychotherapy or whatever, nursing. So that's why I think the whole thing is just a terrible idea. I've listed so many things in this video. Your best bet, like I said, is, if you really want to do that, go right ahead, man. I'm not, somebody could completely disagree with everything I said in this video, but if you want to, take the jab and wear a face diaper and be told what to do and how to do certain things, and you're fine just being a follower and a sheep, hey, by all means, go right ahead. I'm not stopping you. But I have the sense that a lot of you guys are not like that. And a lot of you guys are free thinkers. A lot of you guys see through a lot of these bullshit systems and how they're corrupt and how they're just designed to profit from people, from sick people. And you want to find a different way. College is not the way to go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If you're, let's say you're year 3 or you're year 4, go ahead, just finish it up. But if you're still in high school right now and you're deciding, hey, what do I want to do? College isn't the best idea. It's honestly better if you just, like, let's say you live with your parents, whatever, you take a job and on the side, you build what you want to build, right? Because if you know what you want and you know college isn't the thing for you, then don't go. Start doing what you want to do, right? Because if you know you want to be like a coach or entrepreneur or an investor or a business owner, then go start studying courses in that. Start listening to people in that. Start talking to people that are doing that, right? That's how you learn. You don't learn from people that have like no experience in something but are just posing as like an instructor that everyone thinks knows how to run a business, right? That's not how you fucking learn. So I think I thoroughly discussed what I wanted to discuss here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe, click the notification bell to get notified when I upload. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, leave them down below. I will do my best to get back to you. As always, I hope you guys have a good one. Peace.